program to my people, to people of my age, and to people in my community. Whatever must be done to ensure that this never, ever, ever happens again. See, behind is we need more adults out there that's gonna teach the young, such as myself.
At that point, Sean is on top of the world. And his trajectory was only up. Everybody now looking for this kid, because they all have artists that they have to get to the top of the chart.
50 Cent's new documentary reveals what Hollywood never wanted you to see. And this time, the silence is finally breaking. For years, the entertainment world has whispered about the things that happen behind closed doors. The secret parties, the unspoken rules, the reputations protected at any cost. But now, one of hip-hop's boldest voices is turning those whispers into a public conversation.
I haven't had issues with Puffy. I don't like him like that. Like, I don't like things that he would do and make me uncomfortable.
So we're speaking on Diddy, we're speaking on Puff.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it was on the street side like that, we would be actively doing things to each other.
Right.
And we wasn't doing that. I always go into what would I do in a situation like this? Like when that type of thing happens. Like, and I'm going, I don't know. I hope things are all right for him internally.
Speaking on?
I'm in it at the crib.
This isn't a hit piece. 50's not pointing fingers. He's peeling back layers of silence that let powerful people move untouched for decades. And just as the documentary drops, Will Smith suddenly steps into the spotlight, not for a movie, but for a moment that no one saw coming. At his San Diego concert, mid-performance of his track Tantrum, Will stops the music, grabs the mic, and says, "I don't have anything to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all that bull's ass." It's raw.
But the world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? But I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all their meetings.
And it's timed perfectly because just as Will speaks out, 50 Cent's film begins exposing the kind of secrets that Hollywood has kept buried for years. Not because the truth was invisible, but because silence made it untouchable. But why is 50 Cent the one daring to document what others avoided? If there's one thing 50 Cent has mastered, it's the art of saying what everyone else is afraid to say. From calling out music executives to mocking the biggest names in pop culture, 50 built his brand on confrontation. But his transition from rapper to producer turned that boldness into strategy.
Went away.
Went away.
Got in the car and said, I feel like I need to wash. Like I'm dirt. That was, it show you his character. I mean, and what's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
Through Power, BMF, and his growing list of true crime docuseries, 50 has become more than an entertainer. He's a storyteller unafraid of powerful enemies. And that's exactly what makes this new project dangerous. The documentary doesn't just chase scandal for clicks. It maps out patterns, how money, fame, and silence feed each other until the truth disappears. It's part investigation, part confession, featuring unseen interviews, archival footage, and commentary from people who were once part of those inner circles.
Don't get this house lost some money. Some dirty money.
And as it premiered online, social media lit up. Millions of views within days. Hashtags trending. Viewers connecting old interviews, past lawsuits, and industry secrets like detectives piecing together a puzzle. And at the center of that storm, the names that keep reappearing, Diddy and Will Smith. When it comes to Diddy, what used to be rumor has now turned into headlines. He's currently facing multiple civil lawsuits, each filled with disturbing allegations, from manipulation to abuse, accusations he has publicly denied. Still, the volume of legal cases and the graphic details have left fans shocked and the industry on edge. And then came the reports.
Another woman is accusing Sean Diddy Combs
Sean
of
Combs is being accused of sexual misconduct by
Breaking
a music
news, another
producer.
woman is accusing Sean Diddy Combs of sexual assault.
Federal agents allegedly seizing cases and cases of lubricants and oils from one of his properties, a bizarre detail that sent tabloids spiraling. That's when Will Smith's name suddenly started trending alongside Diddy's. Not because of any confirmed connection, but because of internet speculation linking old photos, party stories, and wild theories. So Will did something unexpected. He fought the narrative head on. At his concert, he laughed it off, saying, "I don't even like baby oil." The humor cut through the noise, but it also showed how absurd and yet how sticky these rumors had become.
I don't even like baby oil. but I haven't said that publicly. I just did. Y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff, because it's like people, it's so many things, people say so much stuff, but.
And now, every denial, every headline, every resurfaced clip feeds right back into the momentum of 50 Cent's documentary. A film that doesn't need to prove the rumors. It only needs to show how quickly silence collapses once attention returns. But 50 Cent's film isn't just about these men. It's about the system that protected them. In Hollywood, power doesn't always come from what you say. It comes from what you keep quiet. The unspoken rule has always been simple. Say nothing. Wait it out. Let the story fade. It worked for decades. When a scandal broke, silence wasn't weakness. It was survival. But times have changed. With social media exposing secrets faster than PR teams can bury them, that silence now looks suspicious. And that's the central message of 50 Cent's documentary. Silence itself is a form of control. Entire careers, multi-million-dollar brands, and public images have been built not on honesty, but on omission. He contrasts the old Hollywood code of secrecy with today's digital transparency. And in doing so, he forces audiences to ask who was protected by the silence and who paid the price for keeping it. Then comes the irony. Will Smith, once the image of perfection, now breaks that same code by confronting rumors directly. His denial wasn't just about Diddy. It was about drawing a line, a public statement that he's done being silent. But there's one moment that hits even harder. When old stories and hidden connections start resurfacing. Every industry has its secrets, but in Hollywood, secrets don't just disappear, they hibernate. And every few years, they resurface, louder than before. As 50 Cent's documentary unfolds, it digs into old interviews, resurfaced clips, and backstage whispers that once seemed harmless but now sound almost prophetic. Among them, the long-circulating stories linking Diddy, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Will Smith to the same high-profile circles in the early 2000s. Nothing confirmed, nothing proven.
Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
Yo, this show has gotten crazier since the last time I No,
it's all about love, though. That's not true.
You really heard that? No.
What? Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Jimmy, I thought we was friends. Where did this go?
But the same names keep crossing paths. At the same events, the same after parties, the same tightly controlled spaces that the public never sees. What 50 Cent does differently is not to claim, but to connect. He overlays timelines, photos, and old footage to reveal how proximity to power blurs the line between truth, myth, and manipulation. And then comes one of the documentary's most talked about moments, the Jean Deal testimony. Gene, a former bodyguard who once worked close to Diddy, recounts what he claims to have witnessed during the height of the bad boy empire.
Let's keep it a buck. Let's stop this bullshit, man. Let's stop doing these interviews, man, about this shit. Because people ain't getting it. He did not want the beef with the Crips. Puff ain't want the beef. Big started that beef. You understand what I'm saying? Puff ain't want none of that beef. So what I'm going to do is, y'all want the sheep? Catch him if you can. If you the wolf, if you got that wolf in you, catch him if you can.
Wild private parties, celebrity guests, and an atmosphere of secrecy where boundaries seemed optional. 50 doesn't present her as gospel. He presents her as a witness to a culture, one that rewards silence as much as success. Her voice, shaky but confident, reinforces what the documentary is really about. Not individuals, but a system that thrives in the dark. And it's in those moments that viewers realize this isn't a film built on gossip. It's an autopsy of power. What makes this documentary different is not what it claims, but what it connects. In one of the film's most cutting sequences, 50 Cent poses a question that echoes through every scandal. Who really benefits from power? And who pays the price? Because in the worlds of Diddy and Will Smith, Influence operates through proximity. The closer you are to power, the safer you seem.